mean, I love this draft coming out from TNC. So much excitement over the Darks here. It's a Young God safe lane quap.
Sure, you can rely on that refraction to kind of give you that extra HP, or rather just armor, but Moon's just going to be able to whack away and eventually get those layers of refraction off. And speaking of, right now, top lane, Xiao Yu, he's the one in trouble, and he's going to drop straight off the bat. Fu able to pick up first blood and just immediately rotates down bot lane.
Yeah, he's always looking for that potential in mid, and he's still hanging around here, Mikey.
I mean, why the hell not? Refraction's gone again. This time Earth Spike is going to land, and he's got the Hex follow-up, and that'll be Moon to take another kill, rather the first one for himself. Zafu making a great rotation over.
It's what you expected. It's almost just going to be a farm trading lane. It's not really trading, though, with your Darks here sitting at 11, so it's pretty much a free time for mid one to go into that Falcon Blade to secure himself the stats and start running.
Raging. He finally does end up going down at that bot lane. Leave it be this time around as Zafu. He'll go back to stack for the team. Speaking of stacking, I expect many to be made here for our TA in the mid lane, though bot lane, Raging Potato gonna find himself in trouble again with the Sonic Wave out. That'll be more than enough from Young God. Another nice kill here for TNC.
You're still really happy. Like, you're just preventing TNC from working lanes out the way they want them to, and you're getting a lot of farm. They're making moves on Young God again.
Young God, there's your Ravage out Raging. He will not play any games, and John, would you believe it? Fu's here. Meanwhile, top lane, Febby, he does end up dropping a Roger. Xiao Yu trying to find a trade.
The cores are still relatively close to each other. Like, Yoa, despite that slower start, is still getting the jungle opened up for him. You just have to watch SMG as they keeping up the space here.
Yeah, they've got a Fiend script, John. Roger, he'll move in and set up, and Young God just way out of position. Meanwhile, mid lane, Raging. He's going to be chased down. Ravager's out, though. They might go for a fight. Fu with a double Earth Spike again. They'll commit the overgrowth. They'll keep trying. Play hard. How deep can you go, Saw? He'll get fingered up. Raging. He'll finally end up dropping. Very messy, though, from TNC, to say the least.
It's a kill you'll take, because that actually does stop the push as well from TNC being a man down and all.
Maybe this time around it has gone too far as the trap. We'll slow him up, and Febby, he'll move in. You've still got help around. Ooh. Vacuum Wall is there. It's a decent one. Arfu, he's trapped up a mid one. He'll rotate in as well. Maybe they do want the fight, but they want Febby first. They're not going to be able to find him. So Yoe, he'll move back in onto Moon. That's a lot of damage up on Moon. Has he gone too far? It does seem like he has, as TNC does take down the Lina. With that, they might be able to slowly move into that mid-tier 1 tower.
Even think about the Roshanex. Like, Roshan doesn't last too long with the Deso up on TA, and you can start running around, get a second life, and force more fights from that.
You absolutely can. Well, they're gone. Yeah, it's going to be Roger. Nice easy pick off there for Play Hard. Another kill onto that Bane. Mind you, they are still yet to find that mid-tier 1 tower. For now, though, they found Raging Potato, but he's going to turn around back in onto Play Hard, just fighting over that power room, but it's an illusion. Moon already dropping so darn low, but he's going to be able to run his way out, and now the Ravage comes in, Raging. Laguna, Febby's already gone. Play Hard, he'll be the second. Can they find more? They'll keep trying to go onto the Tide, but TNC's going to get double stunned up by Moon, and now Xiao Yu's going to drop. That'll be a third for Moon as a triple kill comes out. Oh, that is not what you wanted to see if you're a TNC fan. And that's generally what happens when you fight into high ground, John.
Living armor is up, but it's not really that high level. It's still level 2. So you can kind of just force your bodies forward here.
You've got that Ravage available, so Raging, he can move in for the team on the front lines. And Xiao Yu, he might be spotted soon. Raging's looking for that angle. He doesn't have a blink, but he's almost baiting them, just inviting them forward. They'll try to blow him up in time. Now the Ravage comes out. He's got 5 targets with the Ravage. They'll blow up one in the form of Xiao Yu, but they're going to jump in with their Quap. But who do they get? It's going to be Arfu first for the side of SMG, but now Play Hard. He'll be chased down. In fact, never mind Play Hard. They want Young God, but they'll go back for the Tiny instead. That'll be Play Hard gone. Moon, he barely runs out with his life intact. And it's still seeming like a pretty decent win here for SMG.
Show its impact here to ensure TNC kind of gets some momentum back.
Tier 1 mid, though, going to drop TNC, just allowed to take it for free. Who have they moved on? They're going to go on Roger. He does take the DD rune for himself, but it is going to cost him his life. You've got to ask yourself whether it's really worth getting that power rune for the life of the Bane, but I suppose had he not done that, TNC may have been able to rush Roshan. Arfu, though, gonna move in onto the quad, but play hard. Is gonna be there with a great avalanche toss. That'll be one to go. Moon, he's forced to pop that BKB to run. And now perhaps you really can go Roshan. Something's happening. Yoet, he'll take the Aegis for himself. Meanwhile, bot lane, T2 Tower, the rotators play hard. He's out with the smoke, but he has the blink up. Moon has been spotted, and the avalanche toss will be there into the Sonic Wave. Moon, though, he's still alive, and now the Fiend's grip. Roger, he saved the D for now, but Moon, he is still a man on the run, and he is not going to make it. Roger now, he might just be the second sacrifice, and he will be. Zhao Yu to pick up a double.
Yeah, it's just really the effects of these blinks, Mike.
They've also got the Ags up on Raging John. One of my personal favorite Aghanims that you can buy, the AoE Gush. Very, very annoying to deal with throughout these team fights, and just great for overall just split pushing these lanes. As mid lane, Arfu is going to make the jump in. They've got Play Hard to start. Finger committed with the Laguna Blade, but Play Hard, he is still alive. They'll even throw the Fade Grenade in just in case, but Roger in the meantime, he's going to die to Yoe. Still, they'll set up. Onto Zhao Yu they go, and they'll get a second. The SMG still more than happy to fight. They've got the Ravage up on Raging. They want to try and get that committed. Arfu trying to find an angle. Nice gush through. We'll give the vision on Yoe, but he is still able to blink away.
Yeah, they'll just get started. You've got a lot of damage on TB, full charge Metamorphosis. Someone's got to come in here to stop this push.
Tier 3 tower is going to be dropping rather fast. I mean, TNC can't just rely on that living armor. They've got to make the jump in, so play hard. He tries for the toss, but the Fiend's grip is there. Sonic Wave, wall, Ravage, Raging. He's set up perfectly now. Maybe they can turn this fight around, but Young God, he's already found Roger. Yoe, he's going to try and move in onto mid one, the Sunder. It's only on an illusion. It's not a great one, so mid one who have to back off at Febby. He's in with the overgrowth, setting back up onto mid one, and they take the TB down. Maybe they can find the TA, though, and they'll try to burst down Yoe. The Meld Strike, it's not going to be enough. Young God, oh, he wants to go further. He's not going to find anyone, though. So a great Ravage, great overgrowth. Ravage is up in 10 seconds, though, so they want to drag it out at least till then. Roshan's still very healthy, so they're going to have plenty of time to wait that one out. TNC, though, obviously very strong right now with Yoe and Young God as they jump in. Avalanche Toss is already out. They've blown up Moon. That's the CEO gone. Finger out, however, play hard. He'll be the second to drop at Febby. He's out with the overgrowth now. They've got Roger. Raging, he'll try to kite out as Yoe. He needs to escape now as the buybacks are coming in, but the Ravage is there. But there is no follow-up to the Ravage either. Zafu, he will get a nice Hex off into Zhao Yu. So they'll be able to find a Darks here. Very messy engagement from these two teams, but it does seem like SMG are going to have first dibs on that Roshan.
They've got access in. There's no Ravage counterfight, but there's also no Overgrowth. So a lot of pressure on Play Hard to get that blink up and maybe getting the Avalanche Toss to open this up.
Yeah, they're going to try and play hard. That's a great toss out. Moon, he cannot afford to die right now. That would be a dieback, but Febby, he's the one to go down as Roshan. It'll continue. And it does seem like TNC are slowly running out of options for this Roshan number 2. And in the end, mid 1 and Moon will take the Aegis and Shards respectively. Just barely here for mid 1. Keep in mind, Meta is available, but he may wait for the first life to expire before he does go for that Metamorphosis.
I want to highlight something here, Mike. Look at mid 1's build. Look at his skills. He goes for 1 level in Sunder, 2 points in Reflection. At level 21, went all in on the attributes. Just level 1 Sunder. That's a 120-second cooldown. He's just confident in not dying in these fights.
Oh, absolutely. Raging, Ravage from the cliff does land onto 2. Sonic Wave through all of them, but doesn't matter. It looks like Yoe is going to drop. Mid 1 with the BKB just standing his ground. As Febby is going to try and run on the tree, but he is not going to make it out. In the meantime, Moon's found Zhao Yu on the Darks, and that's going to be another. SMG, just a very clean team fight to go their way.
But they can just go, yeah. They're feeling confident. They've got the damage on Moon and mid 1. They've got the AC up on the Lina to kind of speed up this process as well. And just the right clicks flying out, it just feels like an eternity for TNC to be back up here to stop this.
I mean, they finally buy back on Yoe mid 1, though. He's still more than happy to keep going, but the normal punch will be there. So they get the Aegis off the side of SMG. That'll be 1. How far do you want to go on this Terror Blade without Metamorphosis? It seems like they are done, but Febby, he's going to jump in and lock down mid one. He'll turn around though with the Demon Tail. Look at the damage output. Xiao Yu's going to be the second to drop, as now they found Yoe on the TA. Can they lock him down? It doesn't really matter. They'll go after Young God instead on that Queen of Pain. Mid one, Sunder's there again. He just will not die. Not on this Terrorblade, as they ignore the TA. They'll go back in on the Ancient. Mid one, still kiting, juking and jiving. Young God is going to blink back in, and they will protect the Ancient. It is committing all their buybacks to make this happen. But so far, so good as Play Hard, where he's going to find Roger. And SMG, they're still hanging around, but...
Like, that's your ideal situation. Maybe Normal Punch playing a big factor there as well. So we'll see if TNC finds that opening, but SMG's been so disciplined to kind of split up, jump in with a tide first, and clean up afterwards.
Baby, he's not going to spawn an Arfu. Yoe, though, he'll get the BKB off. Aeon Disc will be procced. Fingers out. They'll just throw everything as the wall now. Drop at the Ravage is there. Yoe's been caught again, but they'll go after Xiao Yu first. Back in onto Yoe. Somehow Arfu survived through all of that, but he does finally drop as Roger now. He'll move forward. Onto the Quap they go. They've even found the TA. Just everybody falling for the side of TNC as Play Hard. He will be left behind. And that'll be a 4-for-1. Is that just GG? I mean, you've got no buybacks.
Moon sees the move, goes straight for the Ancient, knows there's no buybacks, and he's just gonna get it done. Taps out.
GG.
TNC forced the call there. And SMG do manage to take that game one, but it's a lot closer than I think a lot of people expected. I mean, we heard Afu what he said about this matchup going in. Very confident, said it would be an easy win. They do find the first win, but I don't think it was that easy, Mike. I think it's a lot closer than...
Game number 2 between TNC and SMG. And TNC, they can't really afford to lose this game, otherwise they are getting relegated back down to Division 2. He's going to have to explain to mid one while he doesn't have some regen here for the TAs. Well, nothing's left now. They've got to try and deal with this laning stage the way they are. It's a very tough position as Roger's going to get Bramble mazed up and he's dropping. And how do you farm as mid one? Xiao Yu's just going to dive him underneath that tier 1 tower. Obviously, there's no detection available. A rotation from Febby on the IO. It looks like he does want to just swipe the banner away from Moon on the DP, and he's going to be able to get away with it. Meantime, Roger's still messing around here with Play Hard, but the Nightmare is going to fly out on Yoe. He's going to try and jump in, but Play Hard has already gone down, so Yoe, all he can do is really try to trade. Because Febby will try to help him out, but now Moon is going to pop the Exorcism, but I don't know if this is really going to amount to much. As Roger's already dead and Moon, he's not going to find anything.
Once that Dominator's up in Xiao Yu, they can make the movement down bot, and if their mid still stands, which it should because of that Exorcism use, they can easily shift towards a mid tier 1 and make something happen there as well.
Oh, Ravage top lane. They've got 2 targets. Febby, he's going to be the first to be targeted, but they haven't got the damage. All right, never mind, John. They have not got the damage to deal with them. Febby's going to survive. Arfu, he's going to keep trying to rush forward onto the IO, but now Yoe, he's going to jump in and help out. Raging, he will drop very, very fast and eventually will go down. Zafu, all he can do is just try to run. Hell, even Roger joins in on the Bane, but it's just to pop a Nightmare and just get out with Arfu. They kind of just miss out on everything and they still lose a hero.
Some big punishment coming out from TNC to build up a little bit more on Yoe finding those kills. They even managed to find that punishment onto mid 1 while he's left alone.
Arthur, he'll go for a stomp and it will land onto Young God. Nightmare will be there from Roger as Moon. He does close the gap and does pop the DD route to try and go onto this Tiny, but Febby's going to be there to just help him run. To tear the movement speed, and that's going to be enough. They actually just cannot hold them down. The lack of control really starting to hurt as bot lane mid 1 was dropping low the whole time. Xiao Yu now will be slowed up. Mid 1 trying to find a way out, but Yoe is going to be there with the Sonic Wave, and that's going to be more than enough as Roger, he will just be the cherry on top, and that'll be the tier 1 bot tower to drop.
Even that might be just Nightmare dodge out by Bane, so there's a lot of ways for SMG to kind of play around that.
Just feels like the calm before the storm here between these two teams. Is Roger, he's going to find another Nightmare, but doesn't have the Fiend's Grip yet. We'll force out the Terrorize, though, at the very least, is now SMG. They are going to move in again with Raging in the front lines, trying to find a nice Ravage target. In the meantime, though, Arfu is going to drop, but Raging now, he's gone too far. The team is nowhere near him. But he is tanky enough to walk away. Thing is, TNC are just not giving the openings over to Raging. Or maybe they are, because the Ravage is going to be thrown out, but it is only onto an IO. They do finally get rid of Febby, but it is going to cost them heavily as now they go into a Fiend's Grip of Yoe. He's going to be fine to just blink out. They're going to keep trying, SMG, but again, they're lacking so much control at the moment. They just can't really lock anyone down, and again, in the meantime, Xiao Yu, he finds another kill as Yoe is going to jump in now, and Moon's gone. There goes your Death Prophet as Yoe. Well, he's low on mana now, but he will stick charge up. He'll have another blink in a few seconds, but he is still going to go down. It will cost him his life to get Moon, but mid one now, he's the one in danger as Xiao Yu does move in. Mid one, oh, he's going to be saved by the stop out from Arfu. They'll give him the time to run as Xiao Yu does finally end up going down. SMG still kind of kiting in and out. They'll try on to play hard now. The Dark Willow, but Young God, he's still going with that FK Saber up. He's happy to just keep this fight going over and over again, but another nice stop out from Arfu. On to play hard this time will mean another kill to go the way of SMG, but now Raging. Can you find a way out, sir? It doesn't seem like it, but he'll go back in onto Febby now. The Io's in trouble as Raging is somehow still surviving. Now the stop comes out, so Raging's out of there. He'll TP out right in front as Young God cannot cancel it off. Somehow the Watermelon makes it, but Arfu is still stuck between a rock and a hard place, or maybe not. No, he's fine, John. He is just fine.
There's still some control options in place. TNC hasn't quite shown up yet. That could catch SMG off guard if they do manage to find that opening. But for SMG, you're seeing the difference once they have that Fiend's Grip fight. It's a lot easier for Roger to find targets to keep down, although mid one.
Yeah, top lane, mid one's going to be in danger now as the relocate is there. Young God, he'll join in with Febby. Roger trying to show himself to secure a kill onto Yoe, but it may cost him his own life now as Yoe does make the jump in, fully healed up, and yeah, that'll be Roger gone. Mid one just very far forward trying to find that farm, but it is going to cost him his life and the life of Roger. That Arfu in the meantime does at least pick up Xiao Yu, but be able to get within the range. Connect to play hard. You look back at that mid lane, Young God and Febby, they were trying to get a push going into that tier 1 mid. They won't be so successful, but they do at least secure a double damage rune here for Yoe, but it may cost him his own life as they do commit the Earth Splitter with the silence out. Febby is going to try and let him live, but it's not going to work, and Febby now, he'll get the tip back from the CEO. Moon will let him know about it.
Yeah. That's what you get for tipping early. You got to give it back, and no, Nightmare just holds him back, but that should still be a dead IO right there. Good pickoffs coming out from SMG and TNC. They know it's happening, but they can't really sneak their way in. So they're just going to have to surrender it. Nice pickup for mid once. He looks to be rushing his ag, so he wants to counterplay on that split push. He wants to be able to jump in with the ninja traps and just work the map. We'll see if it will pay off, although the relocate's coming in.
Yeah, jump on Moon, but Yoe, he trying to move in to help out. Mid one immediately in onto that Quap. Not going to be enough damage, but they should be able to get play hard. Find an angle for more. Doesn't seem like it. However, down to that bot side of the map, Raging, he's going to be in a bit of danger now as Young God has spotted him out. They toss him up. Raging again has no help around apart from Roger, but he's going to commit the Ravage anyway with the Fiend's Grip now committed. But where is the damage output? It's not going to be there. Raging is going to keep buying time though as his team does push in that mid-tier 2 tower. But they're not able to get it done in time. They don't have a creep wave.
So he could try to sneak it away. TNC still comes out on top of that, so now it's going to be harder to spot the Hawks. It's going to be easier to spot the traps. The side of SMG, though, still going back in.
So much damage onto Febby. The IO gone as now mid one. They'll make the jump in. He still has that Aegis up, though, at least for another 7 seconds. But they're going to wait out that Aegis to expire. And instead try to get the real lives to terrorize. Oh, it's gonna land. Mid one, he just lost the Aegis and they make the jump in. Perfect timing from TNC. But can they keep it up? Well, they've lost Yoe. It's a 1-for-1. They have also lost a gem, it seems. The Moon is dropping low now, but they keep going on to play hard. They might just find themselves a Dark Willow. Raging. Should eventually get there. Crypt Swarm, though, not going to be quite enough. But eventually they'll get it done. Moon able to pick up the kill, but here comes Young God now. But a great stomp in from Arfu, but it won't matter. Moon already being roared up is going to drop on Raging. He's been left behind. He's only got Anchor Smash to spam out. He will try, but it's only going to just take him so far. As the tips once again out from Febby. And there goes Raging.
I guess you could consider the DP, but that definitely is more sustained damage. They need something to just instantly burst down, especially Febby. I think the IO is just causing so many issues and enabling that Tiny, in fact.
He's starting a team fight here. Terrorized though, they've got mid one. Sonic Wave bounce, the TA dropping so darn low, and Ravage was just too late. Mid one's already gone, and you're going to be lacking a lot of damage now, as Moon's going to try, but TNC are all over him. That'll be a Death Prophet gone. Brighter side, they do at least get play hard, but that's about all they're getting. Febby to drop as well, but now Raging's been left behind once again. That'll be 4 down as they want the last piece of the puzzle, and they're going to find Arfu. He'll run though with the Ags up, getting that 3 BKB. But Young God's not giving up. He's gone all the way for this. They want the full team wipe, and they're going to get it. Wicked sick for Young God. And this is looking like a much better game now for TNC. Yeah, Roshan 10 seconds away. TNC, they might start a fight earlier than that. Keep in mind, SMG, they do have the traps of mid one to scout out that Roshan. They'll make the jump in though, onto Raging. Fiend's Grip is going to be there to save as the Ravage does fly out. Onto 3 heroes, they're trying to burst down this Tiny, but Young God is just so darn tanky. He's going to walk away with the Shadow Blade out and walk right back in after Moon. Nightmare, it's only going to buy a tiny bit of time as now the Sonic Wave does come in. A Great Ash will swap out though, but mid one's unable to get the damage off. So Young God, he'll just keep moving in on that Tiny, back in on the TA, and mid one he just melts. Arfu, can you do it by yourself? There's no chance in hell. That'll be a 5-for-0 jump. Young God, he is completely out of control now.
That will make a TNC play back a bit more, but they can still clean up the racks and then go for the rush. Like, we aren't seeing the impact from SMG's build-up here.
Yo, it for a bit more already. Trying to go after Roger. In fact, they've just let the dominated creeps take over. It's Aegis now to go the way of Young God.
Or SMG if they manage to fight back. They have snuck out after lanes, but still no openings. Very safe from both sides, Mike. Very conservative. They know this is sort of a do-or-die moment for either team on this game.
Oh, mid one, he's finally been caught out. Young God will move in, but the Ravage is there Raging, and now the Fiend's Grip to hold down the Tiny, but they don't have the follow-up damage. They've already lost Raging and Roger, and it looks like Moon will drop as the third.
Boy.
No buyback available. That should really make it a lot easier now. It's very hard to see mid one being able to defend this on the TA. And they've got plenty of time without Moon and Raging. SMG, they are not going to call it. Not quite yet, but they are up against Megas now.
This is a much tougher prospect now for SMG. Their wave clear isn't that high. They just called a GG. They called. Like, I think they realized they can't really handle the Tiny at this point with all the HP, all the items Young God has. He's just going to be able to do what he wants in the middle of the game. And SMG held on for a long time. They go for a different item build-up here on mid one, going for the Ags rush after Deso.
Are we going to avoid guaranteed relegation here for TNC, or have SMG got this game 3?
We'll see though. Early smokes from both sides here, Mike.
Look at this, Jonathan. I mean, look at the view we've got into this 5v5 team fight that could be breaking out as they do get the Nightmare onto probably the best target you asked for. They found Young God. He'll strength morph and try to run his way out with the link going. It's going to be very hard to get away from this, but he has somehow made it as Moon's the one to go down. First blood to go the way of TNC. They'll keep the fight going though. They'll try to at least find something, but an impel out from Playhard's going to mean a second kill to go the way of TNC now. As SMG are not looking good. Arfu, he lands a very nice Fisher out, but nobody's dying. Mid one, he is the third one to drop, it seems, for SMG, though he'll try to juke out, and he will be. A 3-for-1 trade, and Febby's already out with the tips. Voice line's out as well. I mean, why the hell not? This is game 3 after all.
Raging is getting a long pull off, but he's low on HP here.
It's just so hard for the Beastmaster, and I think they talked about this in the panel, but going against an Enchantress like this is kind of the nightmare of Raging Potato, though Febby now going to be completely surrounded, but he does not give a crap. He'll just keep going onto Raging, but ultimately won't have enough damage to finish him off, so...
It's just really tough to get that slow start in Raging. You can see Febby giving the tips out. Just knowing this is going to be a tough game for Raging. Always getting the summons. When the Dominator's out, it feels like more might not be enough, although...
Yeah, they've got the Morphling though. Young God, not quick enough with the fingers there.
That should give him some room to farm in the top lane as well, since they've got the forward wards. SMG just posturing towards mid. They've got the Beastmaster. They know they can swing for that objective if they want to, but Raging's pretty far from that fight.
He is. It's only been though. I mean, Moon's around. Sonic Wave immediately committed out onto two supports. The Fisher does also land on Febby, but nobody dies. Everybody gets away as now a coil has been committed by Yoe, catching two into a great impale into the Ravage now. Moon, he's still going to try. Mid one somehow still alive as they get the Fiends rip off onto the puck. Mid one, how are you still alive? Zhao Yu finally takes him out, but how much has it cost TNC? I mean, they threw everything at SMG, John, but it just wasn't enough. Only really has the Lincolns to play with, so not much in the way of the control or damage department. Be just fine. It's mid lane, another bit of a group up. They are still just trying to chase down Roger. Impale is eventually going to land. Roger, however, is still alive as Moon does jump in, and Yoe, he ends up going down mid lane in the Ripper as mid one will keep going on to play hard. TNC, I mean, they're dropping like flies across the map here.
Can get this done. Side of TNC should be aware it's happening. They've got the Ravage, they've got the Dream, well, they don't have the Dream Coil, but they can't make it in time, and that's a big win for SMG. 4K lead up, they can force these fights now.
They can. They shouldn't land. They'll go and start onto Febby. He'll try to heal himself up as now the Ravage comes in. TNC, they'll try to fight for the high ground to a great impale, but the Echo Slap! Arfu's in, and he just wipes them out. Zhao Yu, well, he's going to try to run, but there's no running. Oh, what a blink Echo in from Arfu. He just turns it completely for SMG.
So it looked like a good counter initiation from TNC with a Ravage, with a double impale, but Arfu just turns it on its head, and they might find more.
They may, but Young God, he did get the strength morph off in time. Arfu looking for the cancellation, is barely going to be able to get it. Meanwhile, I mean, mid one, he's going to safely going for Yoe, but he is dropping rather low on the Razor. Playhard and Zhao Yu going to try and just take down this Razor Aegis, but mid one, he's still alive. He finally drops the first light. Yoe and Zhao Yu, we'll see what they can get done here, but there's going to be a Fisher back in onto the puck as Yoe still trying to find a way up, but the Nightmare going to hold him down, and Moon does get the job done. Into the tier 2 mid tower they go. Very hard to expect a defense out of TNC as now Febby's dropping low and mid one. He'll happily take another kill for himself if he can. A great Fisher in again from Arfu. Zhao Yu now, well, he'll be another target. Why not?
Oh man, SMG, they're just starting to run down. They hit their item spikes.
Well, he's going to try and salvage something out of this, but no Dream Coil available is going to make it rather hard.
My waters rise.
Keep in mind, Echo's back up in 20. And you've got the Roar back up from Raging in just a second as Febby again going to be targeted first. Yoe, he'll commit the coil and try to allow some opening here for TNC to go for the fight, but it's not really working out as Yoe now is being chased down. SMG still very patient with those ultis ready. That big initiation. There you go, Moon. He'll get the team fight started. On to play hard. They want that next stand. Fisher will land. Oh, they found Yoe again. Ravage is there. Zhao Yu, he's going to try and turn this one around as Raging does drop. Boomy while controls up the Morphling, and they've got the Fiend's grip. Oh, Young God to drop. It is not looking too flash hot for TNC. It's Febby, he will be the fourth to go down, and Zhao Yu's the last piece of the puzzle. They don't even need it, John. They've seen the picture. They're happy with it. 5-man smoke from TNC to try and get something. That triangle, they'll make their way over. They go Ravagers there. Zhao Yu right onto mid one, but the Fisher putting the stop to all this, and now the Sonic Wave landing on 3 targets. They can't kill him. Mid one's alive. Fiend's grip is there. They've got the Morphling again. That'll be Young God to drop. Oh, they just keep doing it, John. They throw everything but the kitchen sink, but nothing's working. Well, what are they lacking at this point? Just damage?
Mid rack set to fall. Bot and top are still protected by the tier 2s, so no mega creeps, but that's a massive blow to TNC. They can use Nightmare to enable grip, they can use the Enfeeble to enable grip and Roar. It's just really easy for them to kind of eat through that protection in Young God, and he just gets bursted down in these fights.
Oh, he's been caught out this time, surely. Impel's there, but again, the damage is just so lacking as Xiao Yu and the fish are out, catching up 3 targets. Xiao Yu, he will just melt to the damage of mid one as now the Raw comes in. Young God, he's trapped up. They'll force staff him forward, but it's not going to be enough. He's another target going down, all for nothing. I mean, it's just such domination from SMG.
Getting the fight stat like that earlier on just cost them a lot. Like, they had pretty decent lanes coming out, but not enough to overwhelm. Look at this positioning right now. Afu still has the Echo Slam back up, so he's just hiding in trees waiting for that opportunity.
Yeah, Moon, he's in, but he's just baiting every time. He has no fear of dying this squad. More than happy to just give the openings to his team to reinitiate this fight. Febby. Too much he can do on the Enchantress right now, but just tank damage. Static Link is there, Febby. Oh, just look how fast he drops. Hoyle, no. Bean Trip just way too quick. Ravage is out now, but it's all too late. Moves with the BKB off the mid one. He is happy to oblige with Xiao Yu to drop it. The GG's been called. TNC cannot do it. SMG will take it 2-1 over TNC Predator. And it was a very, very dominant game, let me tell you, John.
And it was. TNC, it looked really good, especially since, you know, they had these lanes that were kind of working out for them. They had the Enchantress to counteract with Beastmaster.